Dignitaries are pouring in to pay their last respects to the late former Vice President Kwesi Amissah-Arthur. This is News Connect on City TV. My name is Kojo Achman. Let's hear what they have to say. What were some of your closest moments with the former Vice President?
As mayor of Accra, two major decisions had to be made and implemented for the city of Accra. I remember very well. Number one was the decision to end the shift system. I remember when I announced that we were going to end the shift system in Accra. Several were many who did not believe that we could end the shift system in Accra. But one person in particular who called me, then Kwesi Amissah-Arthur was the governor of the Bank of Ghana. So his building and my building were back to back. So he called me and said, Oko, Mpochobra, aye. Then I went to the Bank of Ghana, went to his office, and then he said, I have heard their announcement to end the shift system. He said, Oko, I'm calling you to encourage you to go forward. Because, Oko, if you are able to end the shift system, several parents and their children will be very happy. I left his office smiling. I left his office full of vigor.
Well, I got to know him in I think 86, 87, thereabout, when he was the Deputy Secretary for Finance. Wow. In other words, Deputy Finance Minister, with Kwesi Amissah-Arthur as the Finance Minister. That was, those days I was still in Germany, working in Germany, and I was coming to Ghana once or twice a year to plan for the National Cardiac Transit Center. And of course, in doing this project, we needed help and assistance from the government. And so I had a lot to do with him and Mr. Kwesi Amissah-Arthur, TV Obin, and Koku Sapon, Chairman Royins, and so on. And he was a young man, handsome young man, tall and very hardworking and very honest and sincere. So, I mean, a few times I did not agree with him, but you know, on very good.
Found a way
to sort ourselves together. So I admired him since then. And then later on in life, he became, you know, many things, Bank of Ghana, and then our Vice President. So he's a man of peace. Respects people, wherever you are, whatever social class that you are, and that's how I got to know him.
One of his major and primary concerns, which I recall a question he quizzed every cabinet minister with, was to ask you that this that you are bringing, what will be its impact on the ordinary Ghanaian? What will be its impact on livelihood? If you brought a health infrastructure project, he likes to measure how that contributes to maternal or infant mortality's improvement or in impacted livelihood. He had depth. He was a cash flow and liquidity wizard. Wow. He spoke less but acted more. His integrity remained unquestionable till his exit. He's contributed immensely to our national development, particularly supporting Dr. Kwesi Amissah-Arthur through the structural transformation of the Ghanaian economy from a state-dominated economy in the 1980s to an open, liberalized economy.
I've learned from him his humility, his calmness, a man who could not even hurt a fly, even though I did not work with him closely, but from afar, I realized this man is a gentleman beyond all standard. He has been an astute public servant, incorruptible, a man who worked for Ghana with all dexterity. We lost a great man, we lost a gem, and we really miss him in Ghana as a public servant and as a former vice president. We really miss him in this country. But we take solace from the fact that although he's gone, the God Almighty will give him a befitting resting place in his bosom.
Well, I think that he was one with a very deep sense of duty. He was a very quiet but efficient civil servant, rose to the high office of vice president, and many have testified to his capacity to understand and appreciate tasks that he had to perform, and did so diligently. He was an intellect, he was intelligent, but he was not arrogant about it. And I think those are qualities that we must all emulate. What depresses me about moments such as this is how so many of us who know the truth about people of his caliber remain so silent and allow people to caricature them in ways that are unpalatable for reasons that are best known to them, only for all of us to begin to speak the truth of who they are and about what we know their capacities are after they are no more. It is depressing to me, and I can imagine how depressing it will be to his wife and to his children and siblings as well.
Well, first of all, let me say that he obviously has left footprints in the sands of time, and he will remain in our hearts forever. We will forever remember him for the service that he rendered to Mother Ghana, and the fact that he was not just a vice president, but one with a heart for the job that he did for the people of this country, very compassionate and very passionate about ensuring that the people of Ghana get what they deserve and what they expect.
I have known the former Vice President Kwesi Amissah-Arthur in the late 80s when he was the Deputy Minister of Finance under Professor Kwesi Amissah-Arthur. I guess I was much closer to him at the time, and my very first encounter with him was when the National Mobilization Program organized a colloquium, and Pa Kwesi, Deputy Minister of Finance at the time, was the sole moderator for the program, and he provided so much insight, academic input, morale. At the end of the day, he transformed the entire idea that the National Mobilization Program had put up for discussion.
In fact, I have known Amissah-Arthur for the past 30 years.
30 years?
30 years.
Wow.
And out of the 30 years, I have had close working relationship with him for 14 good years in Ministry of Finance. And we used to call the late Amissah-Arthur teacher. The reason why we're calling him teacher was the fact that Amissah-Arthur was the person who, if you had a very close working relationship with him, you realize that, one, he was very meticulous, very careful in his work. And so if you submitted a report or a memo or a brief to him, he'll tell you, my friend, come and stand here. You know, he had time.
Some dignitaries paying their tribute to the late former Vice President Pa Kwesi Amissah-Arthur. We at Team News Connect say, may his soul rest in peace. My name is Kojo Ajman, and this has been another episode of News Connect on City TV. Let's connect soon.